Dave Neilson, Fantasy Sports Giant, coming back to you for Waiver Wire Watch, Week 6, 2017 Fantasy Football. We got some running backs we want to take a look at right out of the gate here. Running back Marlon Mack, 9 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown last week. Looks like he has earned a timeshare there for the Indianapolis Colts. Frank Gore has not been able to get it done so far this season. Looks like Marlon Mack might be a guy you want to take a look at for the rest of the season there with the Indianapolis Colts. Then we got Elijah McGuire for the New York Jets. Has a favorable matchup this week against the New England Patriots. Right now, Bilal Powell left last week's game with a knee injury. Matt Forte has missed the last 2 with a toe injury. So Elijah McGuire might get the start this week against the New England Patriots, who can't stop the run or the pass for that matter. So McGuire is a guy you want to get in your lineups if you can. Also, in that same game, Jermaine Kearse looks like the touchdown guy there for the New York Jets when it comes to the wide receivers. Kearse this week, again, a favorable matchup against the New England Patriots. As I said, they can't stop anybody. So I like Kearse this week for the New York Jets. He's only owned in about 50% of fantasy football leagues. Then we have Ricardo Lewis for the Cleveland Browns. A Cleveland Brown receiver? Yeah, that's right. 10 receptions, over 130 yards the last 2 weeks. I like Ricardo Lewis. Definitely gets targeted the most out of any Cleveland Browns receiver right now. So he is the guy that you want to target here for the next couple weeks. I think this is a guy that you could put in this week, and obviously is a guy that you can stash along the way as well. I mean, look, Cleveland's going to have to throw the ball to stay in any game. So Ricardo Lewis is a guy you want to take a look at. Also, Kendall Wright from the Chicago Bears with Trubisky in there now. Definitely Wright is a possession receiver. Should benefit a lot from Trubisky being in there. So I like Wright the rest of the way this season. And then finally, Roger Lewis from the New York Giants. Look, Giants depleted at the wide receiver position. Lost Odell Beckham for the rest of the season. Brandon Marshall gone for the rest of the season. Right now, Sterling Shepard day-to-day. Dwayne Harris gone for the rest of the season. Roger Lewis now is a guy that you might want to take a look at because right now it looks like he's the number 1 or number 2 wide receiver. Obviously, the Giants will use the running backs a little bit more with Wayne Gallum and Shane Vereen, Evan Ingram there at the tight end position as well. But now Roger Lewis gets a bigger role with the New York Giants. Then at the tight end position, first off, Ed Dixon's for the Carolina Panthers. Big week last week, over 150 yards for the Carolina Panthers. I don't know if this will happen every week, but he's definitely worth a pickup this week. If he doesn't do anything this week, you can at least stash him and use him for spot starts when you have a player on a bye. And then finally, George Kittle for the San Francisco 49ers. 8 receptions last week and a touchdown. I like this guy. I think he should be picked up in any fantasy football league. I think they're going to start getting him involved. He's a rookie. It's taking a little bit of time to learn the offense. Obviously, Kyle Shanahan's offense a little more complicated than most other offenses. So I like Kittle the rest of the way. This is a guy that you should pick up and you should start. These tight ends definitely get used as a security blanket, and I think he will for the rest of the season there for the San Francisco 49ers. This has been Dave Neilson, your Fantasy Sports Giant. As I said, at running back, Marlon Mack, Elijah McGuire, pick these guys up. Wide receivers, Kendall Wright, Jermaine Kearse, Ricardo Lewis, and Roger Lewis. And then also at your tight end position, George Kittle and Ed Dickinson for the Carolina Panthers. This has been Dave Neilson, Fantasy Sports Giant. Stay tuned for fantasy previews coming later on today.